professional, Tom. What do you make of what Foot are bringing to the table? We'll touch back on that as the rounds go on, but Zeus, is he a hit or a miss?
Have to wait and see. Adacaptain already is going to be under that early pressure, looking for some of those fights. But it's just a group up. You can see this Liquid side are trying to almost battle and brawl early, look for those trades, but Zeus has managed to get out of there. I won't say scot-free, because he's a little low.
Here.
Well, we saw the comparison of what he's up against in terms of debut maps at VCT here in the franchise, and some big numbers. Loon, I think 298 ACS, had a phenomenal debut, but a lot of hype about this Zeus man. Mr. Fallen as well, coming in on the new agent. Excited to see what they've been cooking up for now. Foot looking to defend the A site from far back, but with plenty of numbers. The lower HP for Zeus perhaps playing a role in that. The utility certainly is, denying the first wave of plant. And now Team Liquid look to take back site. Limited utility to get that done. A flash though, primed and ready. Patatek just threw that through. It's turned. Mr. Fallen looking the other way. He turned in time to deliver, but Nats and Kiko find the shots first, leaving Krax and Yedeje to pick up the pieces. Nice kills delivered. A firing squad in the spawn.
We've seen a lot of Teo so far. I think it's been average at best. The player I was waiting for is Mr. Fallen. I think he is someone who's always
sending out a train towards the A site with Kiko hoping to pick up something on the flank, but all he gets is the stealth drone in his face. Plenty of utility waiting for the push out to site. And with these weapons, it's not always about the plant and winning the round. All they want to do is drop a couple from the hands of Foot. That's one rifle already on the floor, retrieved so that they can deal more damage with it. And from this point forward, there's only one pistol left on Foot. There's going to be losses for every kill that Team Liquid get.
Plenty of middle control already garnered up for Liquid, but it's where they go with it. Like, this is the sort of round where, as you said, any damage is great. And for the opposing side of Foot, you can already see how passive they're being. Two players back towards spawn, one aggressively on B, knowing that, okay, we don't really have to give up that same level of control. They are going to be pushing into Yedeje, always one of the most dangerous players when it comes to holding a site.
He's not really in a position to capitalize on that trap being triggered. Now, oh, the shot through the wall. It's almost delivering the kill, but the plant's still found. Nats down to 13, but that pistol, how much damage can he really hope to deliver? They revealed him again, but failed to get the kill. Look.
No, he's hit camo. That's the thing. It's now Nats and camo desperately.
Down to 18. Kills would be nice at this point, as we said, for Team Liquid. They haven't managed to put that across the line yet, just the plant, but that draws these players into their crosshairs, forces Foot to push into them, and there's one already found, another for Kiko. Now the advantage, and although it fades quickly, the economic damage will remain.
Bad. Oh, really? Not a bad round at all. I think Yedeje definitely a little bit unlucky.
This is second iteration. You'll very much be prepared for the challenge now for Team Liquid. Outlaw for Nats, rifles for the rest, and early denial of A main as this utility is used to push the players back and embed one, which would be Adacaptain, into position.
That's the thing, a lot of this is coming down to having the defensive side setup of Yedeje and then having a setup to potentially put Zeus into play. Like, this is someone that we're hyping up on the levels of, okay, you're replacing a world champion duelist. Like, that's the level we're at right now. A team that got to champions last year with CNED, and this is the young gun who most, if not all teams were having a look at to see if they could sign it.
Here's the thing, Zeus, right now, sitting up in B heaven, has a gate crash for A. If he decides to take that and go back, he won't be here for the B hit, but luckily he sticks around, ready to take the fight as Mr. Fallen is the first to go. Gate crash is actually used to get out of a nasty position. That's gonna mean there's no contestation, no way to get involved. Team Liquid get a free plant, free post plant, while these rotations are coming back over from the spawn. Foot are gonna be late to the party. Team Liquid are gonna be all the way back up long. Players like Nats posted with that outlaw looking for picks. That smoke at least helps out, but they've still got camo on the site to deal with. Late coming around the elbow, he's got a chance. Good to deliver on the first, and sure, falls right after. It signals to the team that the push is on its way. Kills coming in through smoke. Nats returns the favor. Adacaptain down. Nade, though, still there to deny, to run that clock down lower, and nobody peeking. No opportunities given till they need to. Capitalized by Zeus, a good shot, but there's just too much that they're facing off against. aiming towards B. They found a lot of space here last time, but that was a Yoru TPing out in an early pick. This time, 3 players set and ready for this push to come through. They're going straight into this defense, and Foot are not wavering. Kill after kill going the side of the defense until it's 3-1 on the board. And Team Liquid, this round, it could be a 4-1 start with credits on their side and morale sky high for Team Liquid. Even though they don't invest that much time, you still want to see them have a bit of a spark in this round.
Yeah, it's dangerous as well with the context
Adam
of the
takım
next
oyunu
map.
çok iyi.
Like,
Evet.
that was the map
Bayağı.
they lost last week playing a zero duelist comp. It didn't look great, and you're going into a Fracture versus Foot, who, in
Baksana
my
oynadıkları
opinion,
yere.
maybe not always in the best ways, but are one of the most innovative teams we have in the entirety of the league. I'm still not happy
Ekolar
about
diye
the Sage
saldırır
comp.
koç.
For now, though, you've got yourself, again, this crossfire on the site. It almost looks too easy. Easy enough. Easy enough.
The fact that they've yet
Kamik
to lose
okla
a
vurmaya
player,
çalıştı.
Adekapten and Yedeje on
They
a
should have
string
done.
of health, clinging on for dear life,
Net,
but
net.
should have lost
Acele
the
işten
player,
son
but
oldu ya.
there were whiffs.
some sort of divine intervention
Sentinel olarak bait atman lazım senin
there.
takıma.
Early on Nightfall used
Fight'tan
for this
uzak
B main
yerde
aggression,
oynuyorsan atakta
straight
genelde.
up to take the spaces. Zeus, he sees nobody, and now those players on A and Art are going to be on their toes.
Yeah, this is where the attack still looking like they're building into this A-take. With nobody being caught, it might have solved Force ideas, but in fact, you're looking at an A-side
Art
stack
cross aldık.
from this
Baydı.
defensive team, an immediate use of the Hunter's Fury, trying to pick someone off in the back.
Eyvallah
I
oyun
don't
için.
believe it has, and Camo looking
Thanks,
to lead
Monks
the charge
jumps.
again.
Hunter's Fury might not have worked, but Camo uses his Cloud Burst here. I thought to go aggressive. Krax was watching for it, so maybe the right call to stay a little further back. Shots in the smoke, whizzing past head. Zeus eventually gets an angle, but that's after Camo's had his way. 3 kills on the site. An uphill battle now that Zeus is happy to take the climb up.
Round çok zor.
Hunting out the
Asla
player
4'te.
towards Art, doesn't see them. That's the flank underway. Spotted a second. Oh, and despite the info, they won't land a kill. The classic for Zeus lands the shot, but he has no idea about the
Yes,
late
yes.
flank of Kiko. That
Empty.
should put this round to bed. Team Liquid back on the board. An early flash and clear, Blade Storm pop. Team Liquid being very direct, and they're not afraid of Foot. Know it. That ultimate from Patatek, the null command clearing all utility from the site and
Chart
making it
ikisi de
just
oynayacaklar
a
ha.
walk in the park to get that plan secured. Kamek even in a spot where he can't be spammed. Team Liquid have thought of everything with the site take, and now it's their post plant that's about to be put to the test.
We get both Cosmic Divides. That's the
Bir şey
question.
düşünmüyorum Berat
They're
ya.
both available
Yani
to potentially section off the
olması
site in
gereken
one
o
way or
bence.
another. It's always going to be difficult in these sort of retakes. And a captain trying to pull players out, and you can see the missiles as well clearing the backlines. It's all going Liquid's way though. 2 kills already in this clear up, but Krax comes in quickly. Kamek now back the other way.
Aldı round Zeus.
It's left all on to Zeus to
Ah
try and
ulan.
clutch this one out.
Karbon,
Not gonna
bir
be
karbon.
happening. A slow start for Liquid, but it's starting to build.
Şu vibe'ı veriyor.
Yeah, those
Kim?
Flash that he threw last round, and even used
Aha,
the knife as well. It's
kontak
held them
gülüyor.
back a little bit more.
Orada Tejo
and in the
yakalanırsa
meantime, the rest of
Mr.
the
Fallen.
team are building into a mid-take.
Evet.
It's not the prettiest from Camo, but he gets the job done. This leaves Yedeje completely
Yavaşlatacaklar oyunu.
isolated, but with the opener, Liquid don't need to
Değmeyin
over-rotate
kanks.
or run into a site. They can just play the advantage.
Just a great call from Nats. Again, when we discussed in the early round there, the fact that Foot are going to want to have a response to that A site being taken,
Dur
so they
bakayım
go
bir
for that
dakika ya.
3-man push up, and the idea of sending Patatek, like you said, to draw their eyes, even late in the round, it has its mark. They've killed a player towards B, yet there's still only the 2-man hold there. Is having fallen out of A main, having given up that control, they don't know where the hit's coming in. Playing blind into it, Foot now might even be forced into a retake with this wall, leaving them with no chance to deny. Krax just walked through the smoke and fired into Camo.
He's a little bit of a psychopath, but he's managed to get the opener. They know where these players are, but it's always difficult in these post plants on the B side to get back in. Luckily, they have a Cosmic
Chat'i-
Divide of their own.
Round bitiminde okuyacağız artık.
Oh, the flank around from Adekapten,
İnternet yok.
perfectly timed as well. Every fight there like a domino, expertly set up by Foot, separating out. In a lot of these duels, we've seen him deliver
Amin
again and
Allah.
again with that rifle.
Like just immediately putting through the missiles just to like hold off the line with a pot flash in case anybody tries to go through it. And they've still got players around this angle. This push has been spotted immediately by Adekapten, but they're still wary of other spots. The drone going out into mid. And they've got to be careful that the players on site don't get overwhelmed by what is going to be an onslaught of players.
No doubt they just saw that rifle as well. I think the idea from Team Liquid was that same very passive stealth drone would come to the doors. Kiko could find space on Art, avoid the reveal, and then come in behind for a huge play in the late round. Instead, that rifle now going to go back to the pack after being spotted. Will either swap it over to someone else or become a more pivotal part of this push, not as removed as before. Kiko can deliver game-changing performances. He might just need to. This time, it's Camo to lead, and he's dropped right away.
Aggressive positioning. You already see the second use of some of that utility. The guided salvo with the ult going onto the site. It meant there was no real way to retrieve the spike, at least for now. With the cam already garnering extra information. There's 25 seconds for them to make a move and very little to try and get anything done. Already clearing the line that they caught off before, though. Not a bad idea, using that drone to get rid of Ana Captain. The problem is Zeus is still here.
Yeah, this is going to stop the plans. If he stays alive, has the flashes to support, but none of it's even needed. Straight swing in from the spawn, cleans the house, robbed them of information, and maybe they will have rotated. Instead, they haven't rotated, and they've now got utility back online to stop you. That's an unfortunate turn back from Zeus. Ends up diving straight back into the ultimate and taking the full hit. One man down. An early pick by Team Liquid. And they're still setting their sights on A. This could be unfortunate though, Tom. As we can see, there's a lot of numbers over here.
Already 3 players rotating into the back of the site. It does seem like Liquid have that info though. Nightfall being utilized is going to leave them low, but also Def, and they know that there's a player within this, and there goes that guided salvo again. I feel like I'm going to be saying that ability name more than any other. The problem though is those rotations have been noted. 3 players seen within the site, utility being counted up by Liquid, going, okay, I've now seen enough of each player.
Daskir'ın eyvallah
Probably
kankam
means
oyun
there's a
için.
big gap. And that gap is the B site.
Bulduk.
Same as what we saw last round, where Kiko was sent out to find
Ama çok
space
az
on
şey.
Art, but was unfortunately caught off
Çocuğun oyun
by
işleri de
the
öyle.
drone. And then the rifle's better off with the pack.
30
This
seconds
time, though,
left.
he's free to go walkabouts and finds a lot of space walking through the double doors into the B site, where the plant is now being found. His smoke covering the retreat as
Çok
well
iyi
of Patatek. The man advantage from earlier. Now, even more valuable for Liquid as time is on their side, and
Rank
Foot
takmaz.
have to figure out a way back into B.
They've used all their ults as well.
Such an uphill battle. Realistically, someone has to make a mistake on Team Liquid here, or Foot need to quicken the pace because that time is running out. So are the numbers.
Allah
Are
lan.
attacking
Vay amına
sides.
koyayım.
It's done already.
Aldıkları oranda bak.
That clock was ticking, but not for Mr. Fallen. Come
Mr.
under the
Fallen.
pressure. What a delivery.
No, I'm genuinely not playing against
Fallen valla
It's like,
çıkardı vurdu.
how did Mr. Fallen get 4 kills? They're all in the same angle as well. Like, yeah, okay, fair enough. He just gets a double spray down, but that's going to be a round that I think Liquid look back and they're absolutely kicking themselves because that's it.
I'll make it into a Tejo highlight video, and that's just a Mr. Fallen round
Yeah.
right
Huh?
there.
İyi.
What a
The same on
lunatic.
Silver as well.
He'll do
Çıkarım
the same
kill
on
oradan.
anything. Straight away, Camo goes in for a bite of the cherry. Doesn't find anything. Teeth on teeth. It's 7-3 with Team Liquid. One man down,
Bana
light by
gitti.
as well. Looks like 8 rounds
İki
guaranteed
grup var
for
kanka
Foot at the
sıralama
half time.
işte.
Team Liquid
Bana
can't
etkiliyor
allow this
tabii.
to be that easy of a task. Like you said, Tom, you come into the next map and it's not exactly like Team Liquid have a history there. Makes you believe in the bounce back. Good shot by Nats. Great trade by Ada Captain.
They've been doing well to make these fights awkward for Ana Captain with the amount of utility going into this back corner, but I
Oyun
don't know if they'll
oynasalar
even expect the second
evet.
player. It is expected by Patatek. I was a
Olur.
little bit nervous for a second.
Round.
Now, with only a couple remaining, but one of them is Mr. Fallen, who
Değilmiş
just
lan
has been
aslında,
popping
Patatek diyeceğim.
off round after round. We're talking about Zeus's
Stefan
debut
vurdu,
map. Maybe it
Zeus
won't
vurdu.
matter if Mr. Fallen is playing this well. And what was a solid
Zeus
position
vurdu
just
ona.
moments ago now turns into Kiko, 35 seconds, 2 to find, and he is being flanked.
Hadi lan Zeus.
Or is he being flanked?
30 seconds left.
He might actually
Gördü
have no
galiba.
idea of where
Yo,
he is.
görmemiş.
Mr. Fallen could be caught off guard, but he isn't.
Kiko now wondering where that second player has gone off to. 15 seconds.
Aldı ya Foot.
Eventually the gamble's going to have to be taken. Angle picked. And it is a clear spot, or at least it was. The utility forces him out a little bit. 10 seconds left. Plant secured. They know where he is. Stuck in the backside. Big swing. Kiko good for the first. And now he's got the second player in his sights. Zeus having to contend with the Astra utility. We can see Gravwell is online and it's used. An early tap by Zeus though. He knew exactly what he was up against. Is this going to be a stun? Yes, it is. Zeus still not on the stick. Kiko's gambling on it, but has to eventually call his bluff, step forward and look for that diffuser. Another tap, he knows it's not halfway. Time on Kiko's side. Another tap, it's just being fed to him. The clock running down, the swing is there! And after patient play, Kiko gives away his hand, and it's snatched from him, 8-3. Great attempt at the round though. It wasn't looking like they would have any chance.
It is nuts. The Zeus basically ends up tapping that spike, what, 5-6 times?
Must be more.
And then it's like, I'm still going to headshot you. I'm still going to look exactly what... Because at that point, Kiko could have gone all the way around the world and come back. So,
Eko çok sıkıntı bir olay ya.
Jimmy Lin proud as Foot look for 9-3 at the halftime. The defense falls back from this A site. They've already pushed up. They saw no one. Stealth drone for Art just to cover the gaps that they've given. And Foot left scratching their head. No idea where Team Liquid are on their way towards, as it is a very slow re-clear of A long with the drone sent out on B, the Cosmic Divide as well. It's trying to get the alarm bells ringing in Foot's ears, and it seems to. There's only 2 players on A right now.
No, they've got Yeah, that's the thing. It initially might have baited them, but it hasn't worked out for long. And already Mr. Fallen just spamming that delaying utility. The Armageddon has held them back. This could be a problem.
Bu dolar gibi ya.
Nats has managed to get into the smoke. They're not going to expect him, but he doesn't win the fight.
There was a time
O TP
you put all your money on,
bitmesini
but big
beklemesi lazım.
responses from the side of Foot. Zeus
TP çok
with a
fena sağlı bir
phenomenal
olay.
debut, adds
Direkt
another
üçlüyor saydı ama.
body to his kill count, cracks for the double.
Burak.
9-3 locked in at the half. Team Liquid, they might have had.
We've seen him do this before, and then towards the end of last season,
Bisiklet,
basically putting
bisiklet.
himself out on an island.
Ve tek
Question
ve
is, can they
Kanks,
isolate
Manus,
him before the
Janks.
cavalry arrives and
B'yi alacaklar,
it seems
take'i
like Liquid
alacaklar.
already have a good idea.
Mı? Yo, sayda giriyorlar
They're
oğlum.
going to be here on time, that's for sure. Zeus, those decoy, and the flash that came with it worked. But unfortunately,
Oğlum ne
Kanks
oluyor
still
amına
have the
koyayım?
shots nonetheless. Foot are responding quite quickly. Kiko steps up to the plate though, and that may just be the end. Mr.
Dayı,
Fallen.
biz olsak biz teke salardık.
Final hope and just too many bodies up against him. And necessary pistol round alive, and you're like, that's actually a pretty good round. 2 alive, and it's not too
Just
bad right
olacak
here. That would be
maçlar sonra.
disastrous. Lots of credit
Nasıl
left on
oynuyor
the floor
göremedim.
in that case. Holding the ground. Well, perhaps
Aha.
not. Camel's already out. Kamik stuck
Oh,
up close,
come
but the
on,
cover
come
is
on.
there. That's a 4-piece
Bir vurdu, iki vurdu,
already
üç vurdu,
under
dört
his
vurdu.
belt. Suppressive fire. Well, I suppose it's worked. Not many guns facing them, and a chance for an ace, perhaps. Although Camel's on the wrong side of the map.
I'm interested to see what the plan is here from Yedijay.
Ama ace istiyor, ace istiyor.
Oh, he's not going to walk into the trip. I guess maybe he was hoping to try and find someone he could kill off. Getting the orb as a Cypher.
Bak şu şuradaki Astra bizim Lloyd amına koyayım
He
bak.
needs to make sure that he ends up
Bak.
going down. Otherwise, not having the extra credits for the next round could be a problem. It is going to be an in-zone floor.
Luckily, they didn't break.
Oluyor
Now, looking to
oğlum.
capitalize with a little bit more return on investment for these weapons. Fought to win the previous, but to give them a chance at round 15. Yedijay comes close to ripping the hat and head clean off Nats. For now, Team Liquid are...
Hayır,
Actually, I was going to say they're playing quite passive despite the push-up from Camo, but they were ready to re-clear into double doors with a 2-man push. Nats and Kiko went looking for the fights, and so they're picking their battles, but they're definitely still looking to thin the herd of Foot early on.
Slight variation on the previous defensive setup. Before it was Nats alone. Now he already has some support.
Bundan sonra
Kiko in
Team Electric
those
maçı mı var?
backlines. However, he's getting forced out.
O zaman
That's
izleriz.
the problem with all of
Belki
this
duruma
sort
bağlı.
of abusive utility, but you force this man into the open. And well, maybe you don't like what you see. A clean couple of shots, even going back for a little bit more. Kiko just taking over the rounds, but eventually
Kanka,
he's traded out.
Türk
And the rest
takımı
of
varken
the team
yabancı takımı tutmam.
not really able to action off this.
They were a little bit too
O zaman
deep towards the
izlenir
spawn,
maç,
still on those
izlenir.
rotates. It gives Foot a chance.
Ama bu
2v2
maçı ne kadar
smoke
hızlı
up top,
biteceğine bağlıdır
reveal
bir şey
gonna
o.
come through, but out of Captain Kentuck. They won't be able to take him down. Looking to catch
Come
him when he
here.
leaves the corner, though. Leaves it onto Yedijay.
Yet
He's
to
already
Jay,
picked up his first
BSH.
2 in the round, in fact. Would be a 4-piece. The nade blocking him. He
Oh.
has the gap
Oh.
and exploits it perfectly. Still
Bak
on full
Sertay'ım.
HP as Camo taps it once, tries to draw him into the open, and he's successful. But Yedijay is the one to land the shot. My goodness, what a round. the clutch up and double digits for Foot as a result. That's a Red Bull clutch with some weight behind it.
This guy's just too good. Like, it's ridiculous that it still feels like not that long ago he came into the VCT and was already shining. But that was just absurd.
Boy uzun
Towards
galiba
order,
ondan.
Zeus is quick to pick up that space. And Team Liquid no doubt heard some of that from this A-long push, and they've retreated to give at least that bit of space. As you highlighted there, Tom, we've got Kamek sat waiting for the push out. They've given the space, they know
Daha
that. Now
oynamayı
just a quick check
yok.
to
Yabancı
see if it
takımda
has
oynama
been
aradım
seized
var.
back. Wide open. If anything, this info probably leaves them scratching their heads more as to where the hit's coming in.
Slightly missed the timing on that. Maybe I
Öyle
think because they
seviyorum.
saw
Son kaç
the
ay?
drone, you expect the player to walk
Kanka Haziran'da Haziran
not
kaç ay
before.
oluyor?
So it almost sold this false idea that a
Haziran'ın
player was
14'ünde
about
oluyordu
to walk through
18.
rather than already had. Luckily, when you give up mid, you're gonna have positioning. Homing in onto this spot, they've cleared out Kiko
Bugün
though with
okmuyor.
relative ease. It doesn't matter though. Nats with the
Bırak,
sniper at the
attık,
back. They've got to
bırak,
try and clear him, and he goes. That
Oo, Nets aynı ben. Aynı ben.
With the
Oo.
shot he gets for. It's going to be Nats taking over the round with a little bit of help.
Galatasaraylıyım.
from his friends.
Well, that's a little
Yeah,
bit better. We saw
Tek
this
bir-
the same way because there's so
Ama
many
şimdi
people there to
Ulaş
raise
Parti
that bar,
tartışılmışın
to put in the work, the
chat'i iyi
legwork,
tutman
and
lazım.
you're now not playing that duelist.
Size
The
Simet'e
big
bekliyorum.
conversation on the
Simet
desk, big conversation within
aram
the
iyiydi
community
zaten
is just
Zeus'la, o
how
kadar şey
strong
yani.
he's been.
Fazla bir muhabbetim
Even
yok ama
with that role switch,
düşmana
it's been
değiliz.
impressive to watch here on Astra as well, more so than any. I mean, anyone will tell you.
Emeğe de
Brimstone
Türk
putting up
olarak
numbers, being aggressive,
desteklersen
being in there, sure.
Endrin'i
Stimmy
Zeus'u
and Nats are
destekleriz.
doing the same thing, right? Pop a Gravwell on yourself and swing around that corner. It's not
Can
the
do
same
that.
effect. You can.
It's
You
difficult.
shouldn't.
Yeah,
My eyes are
ready. That information is there. The same setup once again for the defense. Two players holding with a bucket load of utility. This time the Nightfall is thrown through and will connect. I believe only on
Levni de aramıyor. Levni de destekliyorum. Zaten adamla aynı takımda oynuyoruz oğlum. Aynı takım altında oynuyoruz yani.
And they need a little bit more for Team
Can
Liquid if
kardeşim,
they're
can
gonna
kardeşim.
be in a position to fight back. The spike down in the open though has to be
Severim
retrieved, and that's
Tospi'yi.
exactly what the Cosmic Divide is going to do. Grabbing a plant on the back of it should be possible, though they want that spot up close to the box, so they got to wait out the fragment. It will be found though in the end. There's no way for Team Liquid to get out there and deny a little bit of Astra utility.
Kanka aynen, aynen.
as well. And what's interesting is
Vıtıcınla da
nobody
düşmanım.
steps
Tövbe
on
tövbe
the
oğlum.
side of Foot.
Kafayı mı
Everybody
yediniz
in this
oğlum?
aggressive stance. Camo
Herkese
could have a
düşmanım
chance
kanka ben.
bursting through there with the Blade Storm, but I believe
Bütün
Dash is
e-spor
already gone,
camiasıyla
having been used up, and with an operator in the back pocket, even though the
Riot'la
Blade
aranıyor.
Storm is
Riot'la
there,
çok iyi.
it looks like Team Liquid are just going to save. They've already backed off. They've given the round to Foot.
This is the thing. No dart, no flashes, no knife, no dash. How are you getting back into that,
At that
site?
time, yeah.
Really good shock darts, like
Yeah.
maybe, but if you
Hayal
missed
ortayı da
them, you
düşmanım
just
bak, o
wasted
doğru.
extra utility. So I don't mind them saving here. I think they were hoping like, okay, if someone gives us an avenue, if someone's over aggressive, we'll stick around and fight. But when you have an op,
Need to see a bit
Valorant'ta.
more here on Pearl first. With Foot
hello.
facing off against a mid push with the operator stepping up. This is going to be a scary spot for Yetije
Oh.
out wide for one.
Yetuce
but
yine bir
into
enter
heavy
çıkarttı
traffic
kanka.
that he wasn't
Geri verdi
expecting.
ama.
They'll use that presence spotted on Art though to quickly burst into the A site. The fragment slows them, but the ult confirms the site is clear.
Thing is, Liquid knew they were there. The knife caught.
Come on.
early cracks on the entry.
Cracks
Isn't
diyoruz,
that
Cracks vuruyor.
insane? He's found players through smokes, and now he's found one over the top. Post plant will be in. They are
Oğlum her yeri aldılar ki.
incredibly
Fut her yeri
close, but
aldı.
the knowledge is there,
Evet.
and the denial once again
İmkansız
from
ama.
Cracks.
Cracks.
A headshot
Cracks.
machine in his own right. That will be 4 for him on the round. We've seen a lot of 4Ks.
Fut'un 5'lik olması iletişim bazında aşırı rahatlık. Ya tabi, tabi. Yani. Takımında bir iki yabancı olsa bile yine yabancı dil konuşmak zorunda kalıyorsun. Tabii hani iki kişi Türk kalmışsınızdır hayatta falan. Nasıl anlatayım sana? Yakıştı sana bu maç böyle şey. Hayırlısı ilk maç. İlk game.
Second pulse about to come through.
Oyunun info bile çok önemli.
Sits up top, spotting them out. It's still there. Eventually, they will
BBL
deal with
gibi
it, and
işte.
now they may deal with Nats as well.
BBL çok iyi
Nowhere to
oturdu bence
go.
şu an.
Zeus
Aşırı iyi
delivers
oturdu.
one. Mr. Fallen's utility good for another. Hunter's Fury though, online, active, finding nothing to start with, and Mr. Fallen sidesteps the ult.
Mesela
after
Levne'nin
drawing
asması
Camo.
getir o
The
takıma.
numbers good
Bence
for Foot,
yani
but it
oturmama
doesn't
şansı
look
var.
like they're going anywhere.
Levn
Kamek and
falan
Kiko,
hepsi tam
two
oturdu.
big
Takıma.
players heavy hitters
Orta
for
beyler
sure.
hoş geldin
The
aleykümselam.
Cosmic Divide to help them out. They may have a chance yet, but Mr. Fallen and
Bitişe geliyor
Crux
muyuz?
have to be
Bitiş.
rooted out from the site. Yetijay
Keiko,
steps in to
Keiko
help,
sona
and it's a
kalıyor.
triple
Ve
crossfire.
Futbolda
Keiko
kaptan.
didn't stand a chance, and neither did Team Liquid.
Yat lan aşağı
It is
diyor.
7 on